So you're probably wondering how I got in here. It's a little bit of a secret. You need to be kind of in the know. There's no way to get in the gate except for jumping over. And this fence is pretty tall. Excuse me. That's how we did it. Are you looking for something different in Panama? Maybe a bit more polished lifestyle, an area where you can run, walk, or cycle on the daily? Well, welcome to Costa del Este, a master planned community that didn't really grow up like its neighbors in the rest of Panama City. When I'm talking about Bay Vista, San Francisco, Punta Pacifica, or Punta Patio, they initially started out with homes, and then homes get replaced by buildings. That's the progression of Panama City. Well, with Costa del Este, it was thought out before they even put in their first piling. So just back there, they are putting an overpass onto the main highway to alleviate traffic. Planned out roads, sidewalks, running paths off to my right, cycling, and a community that feels very different in Panama City. So to start off this walking tour, I'm going to be heading to one of the 3 and possibly 4 entrances into Costa del Este. This would be the main first entrance as soon as you get off the highway, but it won't be the first for long. They're building another on-ramp, off-ramp to alleviate some of the traffic. I know it looks like right now there's not a lot of traffic, but Costa del Este is known for a lot of traffic. It is Sunday morning at 9 a.m. That is why you don't see a lot of traffic. If it was 4 p.m. on, say, a Friday, it would be bumper-to-bumper traffic. So as soon as you get off the main on-ramp, this is the first little mall directly to your right. La Lana Dorada is a great brewery. If you're looking for something that kind of feels like North America or Europe, but it happens to be in Panama, Costa del Este is it. Without it being a gated community, of course. Heading directly across, it's 9 a.m. on a Sunday, so there's a lot of people that just park here and run the route. If you're thinking about relocating a family, you're gonna need schools. This is Boston School International, Panama. Costa del Este has quite a few international schools if you're interested in relocating your family. Some of the others are AIP, which if I go anywhere near it with the camera, I'll be chased down the street. I recently did an interview with Kylie Harold of Grupo Los Pueblos, and she was talking about a lot of the schools moving to Panama Norte. Reason why is they just need a lot more space. They're kind of running out of space, or running out of what they can actually do with their space. One thing that makes this place very different than the rest of Panama City is you won't notice many different power lines just hanging around or people clipping to those power lines. Typically when you come to Panama, you notice a lot of power lines attached to one transformer. Here, everything is underground. If you're a multinational, whether you work for a big company like Adidas or Adidas, Samsung, or really any major bank or finance center or even Copa Airlines, you'll find it all in Costa del Este. This is very popular for executives, multinationals, or people that want a first world feel in Panama. If you have younger kids, there's a Boston International for younger kids. There's also a lot of different swimming centers and a ton of things to do for families. Costa del Este is kind of made up of 2 different areas. The first initial part when you walk into Costa del Este has AIP, which is also connected to the sports center. From the air, doesn't look like much, but if your kids or anybody in your family is into sports, Costa del Este has it. On the first side, you have a giant park. I don't know if it's public. It might be connected to AIP. That's why it's a little tricky to get into. So you're probably wondering how I got in here. It's a little bit of a secret. You need to be kind of in the know. There's no way to get in the gate except for jumping over. And this fence is pretty tall. Excuse me. That's how we did it. So it's a secret entrance into the park. I was going to go show you the pool, but there's a crocodile sign, so I'm not doing that. Then we come out and head towards the bridge or the water. Then cross the bridge and you're on a more residential commercial side. On both sides, Costa del Este is comprised of a few major arteries or streets. You can kind of think of Costa del Este as a grid. Everything is basically boxes in a way. On one side, it's comprised of major arteries coming off of the major highway. On this side, you're gonna find a lot of empty space leading up to the major hospital and shopping center. Along these major arteries, you're going to find everything you're going to need, whether it's a grocery store or a bank, basically essential needs. You'll also find a lot of high-end dealerships like Maserati, Porsche, Land Rover, and Jaguar. Here you'll also notice a lot of English. It is a Spanish-speaking country, but over here, here's Aquatat's swim schools. I mentioned things for families to do. If you like getting outside and being active, or your family has a lot of little ones that just need their exercise, there is a climbing gym, a skateboard park, and if you're looking for something for the adults, there's El Patio, a bunch of different food trucks, and beer. If you have furry friends, a really fancy dog park. Now, if you're looking to escape the heat, because the humidity is getting to you, Town Center has you covered. On the top, you have the hospital, which is actually in the back of it. And then you have two wings to it. You've got a food court in the middle, a Felix, which is like a big department store, a Do It Center, which is kind of like a Ace Hardware, and banks, restaurants, and all the shopping essentials that you're going to need. Best of all, right behind Town Center is the major hospital for this area. And on the back side is the hospital, connected to an organic store. Buenas. Foodie. If you're looking for exclusivity, Costa del Este is very exclusive. I just got in trouble for shooting the facade of the hospital and the stores. Mention major arteries. This is Avenida Marina Sur and Avenida Centenario. Centenario will take you directly out of Costa del Este, and Avenida Marina Sur takes you to Santa Maria Golf and Country Club or out of the exit there. Along the major arteries, you're going to find things like Banco General, Arocha. So Banco General is obviously a bank. Arocha is kind of like a high-end pharmacy that has everything else as well. So how did I get here? I basically walked one block off of Town Center, and that brought me to Avenida Marina Sur. I walked up one block to Centenario, and here is kind of the border of where you're going to find commercial and residential to solely residential. You're gonna find a lot of the gated communities along here with some very, very large homes. What comes with large homes? A lot of really nice cars. You'll have Lexuses, BMWs. I just saw a Porsche GT3. There's a Defender. And you can't forget, there is local transport. On both sides, as we walk up, you're going to notice a very large wall. That is the gated community Antigua. So what makes these communities unique? Well, pretty much all the homes in each development have a color scheme. So we're coming up to another small kind of shopping center, and beyond that is the Reba Smith. There you'll also find Universidad Interamericana, a Novi, a Smart Fit, and more. So always make sure when you're doing a tour like this and you happen to be in Panama, make sure to get electrolytes, make sure to eat, because it gets a little sweaty. You'll notice a lot more people around now. I typically do these in the morning because it's a lot cooler. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to mix it up, make videos a little bit differently. So if you like a certain type or a certain style, say you like this one better than the other one, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm planning to do a lot more videos, basically covering all of the dots within the city and then beyond.